Now let's get right to it because I got a lot of stuff on my mind, okay? The National Basketball Association All-Star Game happens every February and showcases the league's brightest stars, the players. The game itself is supposed to be a marquee event for the league and their fans. Well, Sunday's All-Star Game produced a record score and another forgettable blowout as the players did not learn, evidently, from last year's fiasco in Salt Lake City. The Eastern Conference blew out the West 211 to 186. Ladies and gentlemen, that's 397 points, in case you couldn't count. The East was the first team in the All-Star Game history to score at least 200 points. First of all, no defense whatsoever. No pride, no competitive fervor, nothing. The greatest players in the world showed up and basically gave you a version of flag basketball. I never heard of flag basketball until now. We've heard of flag football, you know, where no tackles are involved, where you're just touching one another, where it's a crime if you have bad breath and you breathe on each other. No. That's usually reserved for football. This is basketball. And what we've learned a new sport exists. It's flag basketball. It's flag basketball. Nobody touch anybody. Nobody defends. Nobody do anything. Shoot as many threes as you want. Make as many layups as you want. Have many dunks as you want. I get it. I understand that you don't want to put yourself in a position, ladies and gentlemen, where you are risking injury. I get that to some degree. I truly, truly do. And nobody is expecting, nor should they expect, the players to play as if it's a playoff game or the players to play as if it's even a regular season game. But here's my thing. Why do I see you playing harder in Summer League when you're working out at UCLA or Loyola Marymount or some other place in New York City? Why do I see you working out harder during those games in the summertime than you are for All-Star Weekend? I remember a few years back when the fourth quarter was competitive and we were raving about them going at one another because it dictated home court advantage for the winner come NBA Finals when it was East versus West. I remember that. But it's gotten to a point now where it's utterly ridiculous. And this is where the Europeans are going to take over, ladies and gentlemen. Let me give you this warning in advance. Because you see, you couldn't pull this off if you showed up in France, if you showed up in Slovenia, Czechoslovakia, or Croatia, or someplace like that. They ain't having it. The pride, the patriotism, making sure that you give folks their money's worth. That's what matters. You see how crazy they are over soccer? People got to worry about their lives if they don't give effort. Hell, when they do give effort, if the outcome ain't what the crowd wants it to be, you got to be concerned. You certainly can't feel free to walk the streets. But here in America, with these players in a league, predominantly African-American, I might add, you got guys getting paid and they got their money, and as a result, it's diluted the importance of the All-Star games because they don't give two shits about what happens. You can't even compete. You can't even face up against somebody and try to defend against them. No, we can't do something like that. It's embarrassing. You can tell it in the face of Commissioner Adam Silver. You could tell it in the face of NBA personnel, some coaches, even some of the players. You heard them after the game, the way that they were talking. LeBron, Steph Curry, Damian Lillard, all speculated as to whether or not something could be done about it because they know it's a problem. They know it's a problem. It's really embarrassing. They are so lucky. Former Commissioner David Stern has passed away. God rest his soul. Oh, are they lucky? Because I'm telling you, he'd come up with something just to agitate the players and make them compete in a fashion that shows deference and respect to the viewing and paying public. I don't care if they do away with the game. I don't care if there is no All-Star game. I really don't. That's how embarrassing it is. It really, really is.